Hi everyone, I just wanted to send out a quick tutorial on accessing OTUS and how we're going to be using it this summer. So first, for students, I want you to go to my.otus.com, and once you're there, you're going to sign in with our Google icon, and you're going to use your school account to log in. So make sure that you're signing in with your Google School account. Once in, you'll notice that there's a new class available to you titled Summer School Math. This is going to be our class for the summer. So once you're in that class, you're going to go to the left-hand column and you're going to select the Lesson tab, which is the third tab down. Once you're in the Lesson tab, you'll notice that it has a new lesson for you there titled malloy.hcc.summerschool.lp. And you'll want to click on this link to be brought to our lesson plan for the summer. So when you click on that tab, it'll bring you to a page that has a whole bunch of tiles on it, and this is where you're going to begin to log your activity. So you'll notice the first tab or the first tile is our syllabus. Hopefully you've already looked at that as I sent it out yesterday. If you haven't, please make sure you read that first, just so you understand what the expectations are for you as a learner throughout this summer. Activity 2 is an optional podcast. I did have that linked in our syllabus, so you might have already listened to it already, but it does just talk about some helpful hints to be successful this summer within our program. The activities that follow that, 3 through 25, can be done in any order as you're completing them on iReady. iReady, I believe, assigns them to you, not necessarily in the order that I have listed them. So you may have to search around for the title that you've worked on. But once you do that, you'll be able to mark that completed to keep track of your progress. The very last activity is activity 26, and that's your final. That's the only one that actually has to be done in a specific order, since it has to be the very last thing you complete for the summer. You can't complete your final prior to completing all of the other lessons. So like I mentioned, when you complete an activity in iReady, you're going to log it in OTUS here. So make sure that once you get a 70% or higher on a lesson, you open up the lesson you are working on and you're going to select the mark completed. Now, if you do not get a 70% or higher, make sure you're filling out that Google form. If you do not pass a lesson twice. So it's not if you don't pass it the first time, but if you don't pass it twice, you do need to fill out that Google form to let me know that I need to reassign that lesson to you. When you're done working for the day, you are able to save your progress by clicking the Save and Exit button. This allows me to see how far you've worked in a certain time period. It allows you to see how much you've accomplished in the time period that you've been working, as well as it allows your parents to see how much you've completed in the time that you have been working. So in order for parents to be able to access that information, they also need to go to my.otus.com and select Create a New Account. When you select that, you'll be prompted to tell us who you are, and you'll want to select Family to be able to access the parent portion of OTUS. So once you select Family and Next, it'll bring you to a new page that'll ask you for some personal information. It'll ask for your first and last name and then a phone number. I believe the phone number is optional, however, so if you don't want to include that, you can just press Continue. As you go to the next screen, it'll ask you to then set up your account. So you'll want to put in your preferred email as well as a password that you can remember for easy login. And then you'll select Finish. Once you have created that account, you'll be able to log in, and it'll bring you to a home page that looks relatively similar to your child's. However, you will not have any students listed. So in order to add your student or your child, you want to go to the top right-hand corner and select Add a Student, and you're going to type in the code SVD8Q, all lowercase, and then you're going to want to select the relationship that you are to the student, whether you're a parent or an aunt. You'll want to make sure that you select the proper relationship. Once you do that, your child will show up in that student section. If you click on their profile, you will then be able to see our class, summer math, and then you'll be able to go into that class and see any announcements that I post, any assignments that are coming up, as well as hopefully a calendar. I haven't quite figured out if that's listed yet, but a calendar of um, suggested pacing. And so as parents, you'll also be able to see exactly what's going on. I will also be doing a majority of my communication through OTUS, so you will probably get some alerts in your email box saying you have a new message from OTUS over the summer. That will be from me. So don't delete them, please. If you have any questions about OTUS or iReady or just the program itself, please don't hesitate to email me. I'm happy to answer your questions. I really look forward to working with all of you this summer, and I'm excited to get started. So I hope you have a wonderful evening.